So, good morning, people of Zimbabwe. Again, we came with the GGB news just for you guys. So today, what we'll be revealing the the news where the Minister of Information of Zimbabwe, Mrs. Muchangwa, was being interviewed. So uh, this video came from Newsroom Africa, and as we said before, our main aim is to expose the lies of politicians. So as we are here today, let us watch and we'll pause where we feel like we have to explain. So thank you very much. If you haven't liked and subscribed, like and subscribe. Today we'll be making this glorious explanation of what is ahead of Zimbabwe. I'm sure it's nothing, but yeah, unless if you vote for Triple C, but yeah, I'm sure it's nothing. So let us watch.
Good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time for coming onto Newsroom Africa. Firstly, how would you describe preparations for the upcoming elections in your country?
Thank you, Kathy. First of all, I would like to say hello to everyone who is watching this program right now. It's my pleasure to be in South Africa. We are friends and we've been friends for a very long time. And I'm coming here exactly 1 month before the elections, our general elections. Every 5 years, this is in our constitution, and we walk through our constitution. It's on the 23rd of August. Our president has already proclaimed the date. He did that on the 31st of May. And preparations have been going on before, and right now, as we talk, people are out there. Just yesterday, Kathy, I was at the nomination court as a candidate and many others, and what I'm happy to say is there's so much democracy in that country. We saw people coming in from all different corners, from different political parties, all filing their nomination papers. So we are actually happy that as a country, we are working with each and everyone, thanks to the Second Republic and the mandate of my ministry, which has brought everybody together. We have removed polarization. We are Zimbabweans first before we are anything else.
Nomination for what?
Okay. Before they continue, I would just like to say that wasn't what I expected. The opening, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. For someone who thinks they are respected, yeah, it is pretty good. So let us watch again.
Seat, presidential or parliament?
Well, I've been a senator, Kathy.
Oh yes, but by the way, I forgot to mention, when Zimbabweans laugh like that, just know that they didn't get the question.
And I've been elected again by the people, and I'm coming.
Oops. Another thing, she lied. She was not elected by the people. ZANU-PF members elect themselves according to the research. But yeah, let us continue.
Back again as a senator.
Let's talk about what we are hearing complaints about on the ground, particularly when it comes to candidates, presidential candidates, that is, and the gatekeeping that is taking place there. Why is it costing so much for people to be able to contest this election?
Yes, why?
First of all, let me say democracy is what we fought for in my country.
First of all, I would like to say they say that they fought for democracy, but then the people of Zimbabwe, they are not living under a democratic world, because if a country fought for democracy, that means they have been let free. Now they are free to do whatever they want. So I do not see that in Zimbabwe. It's like the only democracy was for ZANU-PF, the rest. But let us watch.
As a very young girl, 14.5 years, I went to join the struggle to fight for democracy. There was no democracy in my country. There was no black person who did imagine that you go out to vote for anybody who you love or to stand and say, I belong to this political party.
Oh, yes. By the way, the reports that we have that we might soon expose show that people in Zimbabwe are being beaten for voting for the political party that they like. So if they are saying that no one was allowed to vote or to be biased on a political party that they like, which was a long time ago. That's why they had to become the leaders so that they could allow that. But since they became the leaders, people are not allowed to vote for. Like right now, if I go to Zimbabwe wearing a triple C shirt alone on the streets, you might hear that the following day I disappear. Yeah, we all know that, Zimbabweans, right? Drop a like if you know that. Let's continue.
So we are actually very conscious of democracy. And we want every Zimbabwean who wants to file to be a candidate, whether it's presidential, whether it's a member of parliament, or a member of provincial council or councillor, to do that. And that's what happened in Zimbabwe. The issue of I don't know where the complaints are coming from. I was at the nomination court, and
But you must be aware of the political candidates that are saying that this price is just simply too much. In
well, the complaint was
In South African rand, presidential candidates will have to pay 400,000 rand in order to be able to contest that position. If you want,
By the way, 400,000 rands, that is somebody's 2 years salary in South Africa. Oh, yeah, that's what I mean.
the parliamentary position, it's 20,000 rand.
Kathy, let me say this. In Zimbabwe, the democracy is very open for everybody. And in 42 years, something which had never been happened. Those candidates who ran for presidential candidates, they were all called in by the president, Dr. E.G. Munangagwa.
But can you say that it's for everybody when you have the kind of thresholds that you do in a country that has been economically battered, where we know that the majority of people are struggling just to get by, and you say that it's something that's open for everybody?
Kathy, Zimbabwe is building its own economy.
By the way, I don't like the way she just cut the question. That goes around like this is, you are live on TV. You are not in your house. And you just got a question like that. Why did you come to the show? Okay, that's fine. Let's leave it there. Let's continue.
Depends where you're coming from. It can be subjective. Actually, for somebody to come up and pay 20,000 to be a presidential candidate, it's acceptable to the people of Zimbabwe because people are working. We are building our economy. Zimbabwe is building its economy, and we had a lot of people who actually filed their nomination papers yesterday. The issue was raised in Parliament. The complaints were across the board, but this we need also to understand. Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, who are carrying out this wonderful work, they have to have money to carry out the job.
So that means that effectively running for positions in Zimbabwe's elections has become a preserve of the elite.
I don't know which candidate was not able to file their nomination papers because the presidential candidate, that is, we haven't heard of any report of anybody who wanted to file for presidential candidate who wasn't able to do it.
So you don't see it as gatekeeping?
It's not a gatekeeping at all. We have to make sure that...
Oh, by the way, under GGB suspicions, that is a gatekeeping. But okay, let's watch.
Serious candidates only file for presidential. This is a country where people are serious.
But how does being able to afford 400,000 rand show your seriousness?
Certainly, you need to show your seriousness if you are going to be a leader of a country like Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is not a poor country. We are not going around with a begging power.
Ooh, by the way, Zimbabwe is a poor country. When it comes to money, of course, yeah, Zimbabwe got natural raw resources. We're talking about gold, yeah, lithium, and stuff like that. Yeah, we do have those things in Zimbabwe. But where is the issue concerning here? The issue is concerning that people are not able to gain any, there's no benefits for the citizens from that money. Like, for example, okay, let's watch. I will explain everything.
We are building our economy. The Second Republic has shown that Zimbabwe will benefit a lot from the natural resources we have and the natural human resources.
Okay, yeah. To show that she doesn't have a mind, by the way, she just explained what I was about to explain, that Zimbabwe does have a lot of mineral resources. I don't know why she's saying human resources, because human resources, you see, something is wrong here. Because human resources refers to the recruitment and retrenchment of people in businesses. In Zimbabwe, there's no business. Yeah, like, there's no business, okay? Like, they are chasing away their own citizens right now because there's no business. Why would you stay in a country where there are no businesses when you gotta put food on the table? Okay, that is fine, but back to the story of mineral resources. Yes, there are mineral resources, but based on the studies that we did, finding out that in Zimbabwe, you have to pay for your own medication. The government is not able to do that for you. But they are billionaires from the gold mafia things. They are selling gold illegally and they're making money. Right now, if you check, ZANU-PF just bought plenty of cars. Mercedes-Benz, Ford Rangers, Isuzus, plenty of cars just for the rallies. Where are they getting that money if they are not able to provide medicine in the hospitals? Right now, if you are ready to give birth, you should be having your things to give birth. For example, your needle and other stuff. Because the hospital is not able to provide that for you. Why? Because there is no funds assured to the hospital. Even if the funds were to be assured, the person who is in charge of medication or public hospitals is not even able to like make the money move to any hospital. They drive Rolls Royces, these people. Don't let them lie to you. This is ZANU-PF. We get a funny meaning for ZANU-PF, by the way, after this video. Just let us watch. Let us watch. I'll explain the whole video after we're done watching. I'll just be explaining some things for now.
It is not a begging power country. We are building our economy. And people in Zimbabwe are looking at a leader who is serious.
By the way, they've been beating the economy since the past 43 years, right? Damn. Zambia started building the economy for the past 2 years, and like their money has already beat the South African rand on value. Well, it's up to you, Zimbabweans. Which serious leader do you guys like? But yeah, let us continue to watch.
It's not just the countries that have to pay these monies. When it comes to the monitoring of your elections, you're also expecting journalists to pay to cover your election.
Where in the country do journalists go and observe and cover without paying a certain accreditation fee?
Okay, I want us to skip this part. It's of a journalist. I'm a journalist, right? So I don't want to comment on this one because I'm pretty angry about it. But let me skip it. I need to take you to the other point where they started talking about immigration stuff. Okay?
But we just want
Cover the
and those fees are statutory fees.
It's not this one.
I must say,
Forgive me, we're
it
about
looks
to.
like Zimbabwe should be some place where everybody looks at it and say everything, micromanage everything which happens.
What does it mean that you can't talk bad about the country?
Oh,
so
yes,
you can't
this
say what? That the president is despotic? You can't say that?
They call you dogs, ZANU-PF people?
We are talking about putting sanctions on your country, talking about a coup in your country.
Why not?
So where the problem is here is that ZANU-PF does call people dogs. We'll make a video about it pretty soon. ZANU-PF does call people dogs. So people are not allowed to call ZANU-PF a dog, a dog political party. Like, you cannot say that. Why? But when they can call you, the citizens, dogs. Yeah, that's pretty confusing. But let us watch.
No, it's freedom of expression. But if people feel...
Why are you asking Zimbabwe when other countries have done?
If people feel that the political environment does not enable them to live out and act out the democracy, the very same people that you're saying can't go around talking about sanctions, those people...
Kathy, I would like to invite you to Zimbabwe. I'm the Minister of Information, and I must tell you...
Are you saying that there are no people talking about calling
Well,
for sanctions on Zimbabwe?
people are talking whatever they are talking. Zimbabwe has opened up their ways. We have licensed 6 commercial televisions, which was never the case in 42.
Okay, guys. Let me just explain this video. I'm sure you guys have seen it so much on many media platforms where they're saying she's embarrassing Mnangagwa. I would like to say she did not embarrass Mnangagwa, but she embarrassed Zimbabwe, because as a Zimbabweans we are seen as people who went to school, right? But what she just did here, she just answered 2 questions, which was how are you, with extra information, and what's your plan for the elections. That's what she just answered. But then, if we check, for a government to lead, right, they should create jobs, right? And for jobs to be created, there should be a decrease in the taxation rate, right? For there to be a decrease in the taxation rate, that means there's a decrease in the income for the government. But right now, after the research that we did, businesses are being charged 43% taxation in Zimbabwe. Okay, that's not a bad thing. But then the bad thing is that they chased away investors by that threat. Now, there is no income for the government. So where are they getting their money to buy the bakkies and other stuff like that? There is no industrialization in Zimbabwe. So it's not that you're lent, but it's because there's no jobs in your country. Why can't South Africans go to other countries and work? It's because there are jobs in their countries. Why now I can study to be a doctor, but when I need a job to be a doctor, there's no one to look after. There's no one to pay me. Right now, doctors are earning less than 1,000 US dollars, which is like what what a security guard is earning in South Africa, in Tanzania, in so like at the end of the day, you just find out that like all the useful jobs in Zimbabwe have become useless, and the inflation rate is high. So now, where my point actually is you guys please vote carefully. This video we were not able to explain it further because I just had some PF people knocking on the door, so I need to run through the window. Guys. Pray for me and vote for Triple C so that if I get caught, I won't be arrested for no reason. Pray for me, guys. Somebody's knocking on the door right now, and I'm sure it's Zanu PF. Just make sure you don't vote for them, okay? Goodbye, people. Goodbye. Make sure you vote. Make sure you vote. Hey, did you lock the door? Okay, yeah. Go lock it. Let me disrupt this thing. Yeah.